Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment.
Or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at intotheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party. You're locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
Welcome back, Blazers. We are back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment Spotlight Edition. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the beautiful, the melanin deficient, the always on time, the sexy, the queen of Blaze, Miss Free. What's up, girl?
I'm fine. You know, just living the life, living the dream. As you would say, living the dream.
Right, you know, living the dream.
Today was okay day.
Yes, you know, that's good compared to your other weeks. So.
Yes.
Life is good.
It was okay.
You know.
Nothing to complain about.
Well, you know. So it's not about us today, though. Today we have a very special guest. We met this person at the Red Gala, which was an AIDS awareness day, World AIDS Day celebration over at APLA with the Healthy Him guys. Shout out to Healthy Him. First of all, I was blown away by his voice because
I was too.
I was just like shook.
My whole life,
my whole entire ass life, like the wigs were snatched, and I'm bald. Okay, so I had to put a wig on and then get it snatched off. So it was. I'm surprised you still got your baby hairs, boo. Yeah. Like it was absolutely amazing. And then I started following him on social media, and first of all, a brother from another mother. Like we just think very very
similarly. Who is he?
I'm trying to get there. Okay. Russian knees. Okay. We are here and we are very, very excited to announce the amazing, the handsome, the awesome, the incomparable Mr. Danyol Jaye, who is a singer, blogger, and an amazing online personality. What's going on, Danyol?
Oh my God, I don't know how to do. This is quite an introduction. Shoot, I feel like I've got something to live up to. All those kind words. I was like, who they about to bring on?
Who is this person?
I want to meet this individual.
How you been? How's it going?
I am doing so very well. I'm very happy to be here with you guys and on your show. Like, thank you so much for, again, the kind words. Even after the show, like, you were just so humble, so kind, and I really appreciate it. But I'm having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, as Tuesday can be. I wish it was a Wednesday, because Wednesdays are payday for me.
I know, that's right.
So I have a few more hours.
Because money talks. Right. Hang in there. That direct deposit is going to hit quite soon. But thank you so much for being on the show. I know you appreciate being on the show, but like we appreciate you taking the time out. I know you're a busy man, so.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not that busy. But yes, absolutely.
So for those...
I mean, I know that we're supposed to say that because, we're entertainers. We're so busy, you're booked.
But
I'm not that
busy. He is booked. He is overwhelmed. But for those who may not know, and I don't know who is living under a rock and doesn't know who you are, but please explain to our audience who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Oh my God, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. I get asked that question a lot, what do you do? And I'm just Danyol Jaye, really. That's really the best way that I can answer that, because I do a lot. I have a lot of experience in a lot of different areas. And, I think it's kind of pompous when you meet those people. They're like, oh, well, I'm a writer and a director and an actor and this and a that. And I'm like, it's too many. Just pick one.
Right.
So... I'm Danyol Jaye. I've worked in entertainment and have done entertainment my whole life. I fell in love with writing and blogging in 2009 and have been doing it since then. Outside of that, I'm a down-to-earth person, lovable, activist when and where I can be with the things that I'm passionate about. I'm definitely big on youth development and in youth encouragement. I love the arts. I think the arts are very healing. I think the arts are very underrated in our communities. I'm a gay man, so I'm a feminine gay man at that. So I advocate every time I walk outside my door for gay rights. And I do everything that I do, down to, working a temp job, to, helping a lost man on the street. I do everything that I do because I either want to or I just believe that it's the right thing to do. And a lot of times the right thing to do is not always the easiest thing to do. And it's not always the best thing to do. But if it's the right thing to do, I will stand by that and stand by any decision that I make because of it.
Yes. Amen. You gotta go ahead and preach. Now, I first of all already fell in love with your voice because you have a phenomenal instrument that is nothing short but of God given. And thank so you're quite welcome, and thank you. You guys listen, Blazers. First of all, when I tell you that y'all know how I feel about Beyonce. Y'all know how I feel about singers and stuff like that. So when I hear a phenomenal tool that touches me, it must be commended. It must be talked about because like that, what you have is the control, the don't even talk about the range, right? Like, can we talk about the range?
I wear tight pants. That's all that is.
Like it's insane. Like it's so, but it was I was feeling the spirit. I felt like I was in church. I was like, it was too much. And so I definitely have to commend you on that. But also, we became friends on Facebook, I saw some of your live videos, and I remember I showed Miss Free one of your live videos that you were talking about in regards to dating and online dating.
Yes.
And we were laughing for about a good hour because it was
about them still being in the club,
right? and how Tinder and OkCupid and all those damn dating apps, ask you 50,000 questions and you should be engaged by the time you finish asking those damn questions. Like it was it's
basically like I understand that these are all questions that they ask because they have a particular algorithm,
right,
that they're trying to go through and get you matched up and find you matches. But it's like, oh my God, right. I don't even talk about all this shit on the first date.
Right.
Like, it's just amazing. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss on your show. I try to be respectful.
No, it's all good. It's free.
I'm trying to give up cussing for Lent. We'll see how that goes.
No, it's totally fine. We cuss all the time.
But it's so much. And it's one of those things where I do believe and advocate for online dating because I do think that there's a place for it, specifically with the working individual and, the people that just don't have the desire or the time to go out and party and go to clubs and bars all the time. Mm-hmm. But it's so intrusive, just creating the profile by the time you get to meeting your matches, you need a cigarette,
Right. It's like you need a moment to decompress. But with that being said, how have you balanced your romantic life with all the things that you do? Because I know that you do a lot, and so like how do you balance that?
Like most things when it comes to me, that's a multi-layered question. I balance it the best way that I can, to be honest. I am not at 32. I don't.
Come on, Black don't crack. Yes.
Like I'll be 33 in April. I don't have the desire to stay in the club 24/7 to try to meet people. I don't have, the time to be in bars all the time. So I do use online dating to, meet people and to start conversations and see kind of where things go. But it's really just the connection and the organic way that blossoms. If I find somebody or if I meet somebody that I think is worth my time, then I make the time, to get to know them and to hang out with them and really, blossom that connection. And if I feel like they're full of crap, or if I feel like it's not going anywhere, then I let them know, you know what, no, thank you. And I move on. I think one of the things that a lot of people do, I hate to say it this way, but a lot of things that I think people do wrong when it comes to dating, and specifically online dating, is they date as if they're on a hunt. And when you date that way, when you approach dating that way, then you're not looking for a partner. You're not looking for a mate. You're looking for a trophy. You're looking for a prize, or you're looking for dinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So currently, I am single. I am open to meeting people. I am open to having that conversation.
Y'all hear that, Blazers? Y'all hear that? Danyol Jaye
is single.
But the reason why I say it's a layered question is because I'm also a feminine gay man, and in the gay community, that's not what's sought after. Specifically here in Los Angeles, I am in no way, shape, or form a gym rat, so I'm not rocking a 6-pack and pecs.
You know, I'm a little cushion for the pushing.
I'm not obese either. I'm not falling all over the place. But I find that in the gay community, the men that I come across usually are attracted to me because they're attracted to the idea of a fetish that they can create with me. And the minute that I sense that, I disengage. Because I don't want to be
what do you mean by that?
Someone's fetish.
That spoke to me on a spiritual level. I get it. I get it.
Here's what I mean by that. We'll talk about my femininity. When you're feminine in this community, you fall in one of three categories for the most part. Either you're an extremely feminine person where you're rocking the 6-inch heels and the Gucci bags and your face is beater than beat on a Tuesday just because it's 7:00 in the morning. And you're probably kind of on the twinkish side. Men like that sort of femininity because they look at that as someone that they can dominate, someone that they can control. And it's very similar to just that submissive idea. So when they find out that I'm feminine, one of the first questions that they ask me is, do I dress up? Do I wear panties? Do I wear dresses and heels? Like, I don't have a desire to be a woman. Feminine men is not about men trying to be a woman. I have a penis and 2 nuts that I am very proud of, that I have no desire to get rid of. I am not mistaken in my identity. I am a man. I'm a cisgender male, and I agree with that. I identify as that. And so to be asked that question is a little disrespectful. Well, not a little, it's a lot. It's disrespectful, and it's rude, and it's hurtful. The other type of feminine person is the person that's extremely feminine and extremely big, heavy set. I find that they too get a lot of attention because of the fetishism for the chubby chaser, and quite possibly for the feminine chubby chaser. And the last one really is the whole, how do I put this? It's the feminine gay that looks like trade.
Oh my God.
And it annoys me to no end when I see these boys walking around with their fitteds and their Timbs and their skinny jeans and their bomber jackets, thinking that they're giving the world trade face. And I'm looking at them like, I know that you suck penis on a regular basis.
Right.
But because I don't dress like that, I'm very trendy in my dress. I dress for my attitude and my personality. I don't dress necessarily for fashion, but I do dress for my personal style. And my personal style has a flair of femininity in it. I'm not walking around here with fitteds on and Timberland boots. I could, and I can rock it like nobody's business, but that's not what I'm comfortable with. And so I often come up against guys that are looking for one of those three categories, either the twinkish femme, the overweight femme, or the trade looking femme. And it's just, I'm not.
That's interesting. So how would you categorize yourself if there is a category for if you
I'm feminine. That's the category. I'm feminine.
Well,
I know that's right.
Period.
I'm
right.
feminine. Hello, my name is Danyol Jaye. I am a bottom, and I'm feminine. That's those are the categories.
That's it. That's all you need.
And I don't shame anybody for what they enjoy in the bedroom. But another thing about the whole dating scene for me is, as feminine as I am, I still get these dudes who want to flip with me in the bedroom, and I'm looking at them like, is there anything about me that says talk to you?
Right.
Because my profile doesn't say that
at all.
At all. I'm not verse. I'm not. No. And people get angry at me when I say that, because they feel like, well, oh, you're shaming and sex positivity, and I'm like, look, I respect your decision to be verse. I don't downplay or degrade anybody who chooses to be verse, but I'm not.
Right.
So if we're talking sex positivity and we're talking about authenticity, respect my choice that I'm a bottom.
Right. And there's a difference.
And if I tell you that I don't want to flip, if I tell you that I don't want to flip with you, respect that choice. And if that choice is not for you, go find you somebody else. My feelings won't be hurt.
Right.
We're not going to be in a relationship, because
right.
I don't do that.
Right.
But you go find you who you're most compatible with.
And I think that there's a difference between sex positivity and sex exploration. And I think that people get that confused in terms of like, oh, well, you should explore and blah, blah. Yes, I should. And I am, but I've already done that. So I'm not comfortable. And I realize that's not what I want. like
you can explore. I've done the exploring that I need to do to discover what it is, who I am, what I am, and what I like. Like, so just because you're just exploring right now in your life.
Right.
Boo, been there, got the t-shirt, the lollipop, the shoes, the matching hat and purse. Like, I don't know.
Right. And it's funny because Miss Free had already said, like, I identify that on a spiritual level.
Yeah, I do.
And can you explain what you mean by that?
Because, like I like to say to you, I'm an equal opportunity lover, but with that comes a lot of men who look at me as a Black woman and think that I am their conquest. I'm something that they have to do in order to check that box. Yes, I slept with a Black girl.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have this image in their head, like they're super sexual. They'll do this in bed. They'll do that in bed. And I don't ever want to feel like that. So like Daniel said, like once I feel that from you, I'm turned off. I don't want it anymore.
Right.
Because I don't want to feel like a fetish to you.
Right.
Like that's weird.
Yeah.
And it's nasty.
Yeah.
Right.
And I definitely identify with, with the whole, the breaking down of those sections in terms of femininity, because I think that there's because when I like, I'll take selfies and stuff like that, and people will think that, oh, he's a top or whatever. I'm really not. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not the thing, and just because I take pictures in more of a masculine way doesn't necessarily mean that I that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we've gotten to a point as a community, especially within the gay community, we try to be so inclusive, but we're actually one of the most like exclusive, communities ever, and it's sad. But we've gotten to a point where we've just kind of, created labels and categories and identifications and tried to have this like heterosexual normative, within our community, and that's not how it works. You know what I mean?
And
like,
it's because of that I do my I have profiles on different sites right now, and I have the most feminine picture that I can find as my profile picture, because I don't want there to be any surprises. I want to present the individual that you need to know you're going to get. And I will never forget a conversation with my cousin, who is an uber alpha masculine gay man, all top. Like, if you look at him, you would think he was just 100% straight, and he's so 100% not. But we had a conversation, and he looked at me and he said, I know the type of guy that you are looking for and are attracted to. And he said, I'm really sad to say that you'll probably either never really get him, or it'll be really long before you do. Because when you walk into the room, there is an independence about you and a strength and an energy about you that says to people, I don't need a man. And he said, most of the men that you are attracted to need to be needed. And I was really upset with him with that, because I was, I wanted to go into my forget you, like, what?
Yeah.
But in the honesty of what he said, it's true. And so my response to him was, if a man looks at me in my feminine, thick prowess and is intimidated and or feels like he cannot add or complement my life, that's not the individual I want anyway. So I'll wait. And I got really comfortable and really okay with waiting, because I'd rather wait for what's meant for me and who compliments me in my life and who I can compliment in theirs, than settle for something that's just what everybody else is looking or getting.
You came with
I
a
don't
word
have time
today.
for that.
Hey man, it's a word. Yeah,
I
was
don't
like,
have
it's
time
a
for
word.
that.
Word, Daniel. You came with a word. You touched my spirit today, honey.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yes.
time for that.
Yes, and I resonate with that. That is very on a spiritual level, like Miss Free said. Like, God bless you. Like, but no, seriously, that I needed to hear that. But I digress.
So I just wanted to bring it back to your musical career. And I had a question for you. Your voice is amazing and it's so powerful. So my question to you is, who are some of your, let's say, top 3 musical influences?
Oh my God. Absolutely Ella Fitzgerald. She is the end all and be all first for me.
Yes.
I studied jazz for a very long time. And she is just the epitome of tone, phrasing, experimentation, exploration, and improvisation.
Yes.
So she's absolutely number 1. Jill Scott would have to be number 2.
Ooh.
I felt that.
Well, I'll say Jill Scott and Lettucey, because what I take from both of them, they give me in different ways. I love Jill's sultriness and Jill's writing. But I love Lettucey's power and her control and the way that she improvises. I'm not saying improvises. Jesus, I can speak, I promise you. I took English class. Oh my God. But the way that she improvises. So Jill Scott / Lettucey would be number 2. Number 3, someone that really just touches my soul and my spirit. I would probably say would have to be James Moore. For those who aren't really familiar, he's a gospel artist. He was a gospel artist back in the day. He passed away with cancer, but James Moore had a voice and a tone and just a spirit about him that it was incredible. To hear him sing, to hear him hit certain notes and do certain things with his voice, I'm like, oh my goodness, he was amazing to me. So those would be my top 3 influences.
And I was looking through your bio, and I did not know that you have a dance background, which my dance brother. Because I have been dancing since I was 4, and so I resonate with people who can interpret their art with their bodies. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, do you still dance? Like, what was your background in that, etc.?
Well, if you saw my waistline, you would know. No, I do not still dance like I used to. I started dance really haphazardly. I was a freshman in high school, and I was in the process of switching schools. And one of the schools that I wanted to go to was Hollywood High. I wanted to go into their performing arts magnet program. And Hollywood High, in their magnet program at the time, didn't offer PE. They only offered dance. So I had to choose either jazz, ballet, or tap. And I chose jazz. And when I started my 10th grade year, I had an amazing instructor by the name of Kenny Long. And I fell in love with it ever since. And for years, almost 15 years, I was in 2 companies. I competed in competitions with those companies, and eventually landed up teaching it and creating a curriculum for a nonprofit.
Nice. Look at you doing God's work.
But I absolutely love dance.
What was your favorite?
All the
Oh, I'm sorry. You're about to answer it.
No, I was just saying, of all the art forms, of the performing arts, dance has always amazed me, because to be able to get someone to understand you, to understand a concept and or a story without any words, simply the movement of your body, simply your movement across the floor or with a partner, that amazes me. And so it has always captivated me in every way, even though I'm not like a prima ballerina or anything, but I was quite good in my abilities and in my choreography. So I've always had a very big passion for dance.
Nice. And then now with that being said, because I want to ask you a bunch of different questions, and I know we're running out of time, but what
speed questions? Let's go.
Right, speed questions. What was your favorite genre in dance?
Definitely jazz.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Consistent.
And like that Fosse type of Broadway,
yes,
like jazz.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm getting excited. I also wanted to ask you, because I know that you also have a podcast. So tell me a little bit about that.
I had a podcast called, and it was on the J Spot. It was the same name as my blog. I did about 4 seasons. And I stopped it only because I wanted to take a break from it. But I am working on bringing that particular radio show back, in addition to another smaller podcast, which will be called 10 Minutes with Danyol Jaye.
Yeah.
And it will be just kind of like 10 minutes of me talking about life, love, and the pursuit of fabulousness.
Yes. Yes.
I'm here for that.
I'm really here for that. I'm waiting. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Well, yeah, because every time I hear, your live videos, I'm like, yeah, it's a word. I don't know why. It just
like
is.
church. It's
like
church.
you're preaching to me.
Right.
Thank you.
Now, one of the things that I resonated with you with is especially in your live videos, is that you have this energy, this aura that just reminds me of, like, I'm gonna go talk to my aunt. Like, auntie's talking, sit down, listen, because she has a word. Right? And so my question is, like, were you born and raised in Los Angeles?
I am a Los Angeles native, born and raised. I was back and forth.
Kwame.
I was back and forth as a kid between LA and the Bay Area.
Okay.
Because my sister lived in the Bay Area, so I stayed with her a lot of times. But I was born and raised here. My biological father's from Louisiana. My stepdad is was born in Mississippi, and my mom was born here, so in LA.
Okay, I was feeling like you had some type of Southern, like, energy to you. Like, you sit down, listen to auntie right now, like you get ready to.
Yeah, my family is very large, and we are spread all over the globe.
Nice. Now, where if people want to find out where they can find Danyol Jaye, and what you do, where can we find you?
You can always go to my website, onthejspot.com. Jay is spelled Jaye. And all of my social media, my blogs, even the archive of the online radio show is on the website. And on social media, it's very easy. It's Danyol Jaye for everything. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of it.
Right. And it's DanyolJaye. Jaye.
Jaye, yeah.
Just so y'all know, because y'all be spelling things weird. So, love you, Blazers, but I got to make sure, because sometimes you be spelling things a little awkward. I've seen y'all listen to letters, okay?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Love you, mean it. But yes.
Truly, honestly.
Truly. But Danyol, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. You are a blessing blessing from heaven. You are an amazing human being, and I truly wish you nothing but more success. And we need to hang out, girl. Like,
yes, we do. We definitely do. And thank you guys for having me on. Like, I'm really elated to be on your show. So thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Blaze Entertainment Spotlight Edition. You can always find this episode as well as other episodes of the Spotlight Edition, as well as our sister podcast After the Blaze, and our regular shows, Blaze Entertainment, on www.entertheblaze.com. And you can also check out our mother website, or our mother network, by going to their website at www.pyromedianetwork.com. Good Lord. Anyway, definitely check out all the amazing podcasts on there, and new podcasts are joining Pyro Media, so definitely check them out. Miss Free, you have anything else?
No, I'm Gucci.
Well, it's been fun. It's been real. We will see you guys later. We out.
Bye.